What's up, Vikings fans? This is Matthew Deary talking to you after another Vikings heartbreaking loss. But with the first 2 weeks, what should we really expect? To tell you the truth, I know who the number one enemy is. It's the locker room. Vikings go into the locker room at halftime, and after that, they come out a different team. So, week 4, stay out of the Chiefs' locker room. Alright, let's get serious here for a second. When we talk about the first half of Vikings games, we sit here and we look at what they've accomplished, and sure, it's decent. 17 points, 17 points, and 20 points. Those are good first half numbers. But to tell you the truth, part of the Vikings' success can be attributed to the lack of success from the other team's standpoint. For some reason, the teams that we're playing against are coming out so lethargic in the first half, it makes us look better. A little bit better on defense, a lot better on offense. So let's transition to the second half, obviously. I'll give you a rundown of how that second half started. Lions, they don't really do anything. Punt the ball to us. We go 3 and out. They get the ball back. Calvin Johnson, touchdown. Amazing play. Can't leave him one-on-one. I said in the first half of the game, Megatron needs the football. What do? They give Megatron the football. Touchdown. Then what do we do after they score? Do we respond? No. 3 and out. Give the ball back to him. What do? Field goal. Do we respond after it's 20-10? Are we nervous yet? I'm starting to get nervous. What do we do after that? 3 and out. What happens after that? Calvin Johnson, touchdown in the back of the end zone after a beautiful screen pass set up by the Lions offensive line to get Javid Best a 61-yard scamper, sets them up for that score. Then we get our first spark on offense from Lorenzo Booker. Returns the kickoff 68 yards. Then within the next couple of plays, we get a 14-yard burst from Adrian Peterson, putting us on the doorstep of the Detroit Lions. But whoa, wait. What do the Vikings do in the second half of games? They destroy good plays with penalties. Michael Jenkins gets a holding penalty, which sets us up at 1st and 20. And so we have to reset that. Then we get down to 4th and 1. Most controversial call of the game. Everybody's going to harp on this for the Vikings management for making this call. I'm not sure how you make this call either. After the game, Leslie Frazier says he thought that he had the right play to call against their defense, which means that they believe that the scheme that they had was going to set Toby Gerhart up for at least a 1-yard run. The scheme was going to work. But honestly, when you have Adrian Peterson in your backfield, it doesn't matter what scheme you have. If you think that your scheme with Toby Gerhart is an advantage, I would consider going against that scheme with Adrian Peterson to be a bigger advantage. He's Adrian Peterson. If you consider him the best back in the league, like you keep saying that he is Leslie Frazier, you got to utilize him like that. Adrian Peterson destroys the Detroit offense, or the Detroit defense in the first half with 73 rushing yards. Then he follows up with the second half of 5 carries and 5 yards. I don't know what you're doing, Musgrave. I don't know why you're not talking to him, Leslie Frazier. But if you seriously consider Adrian Peterson the focal point of this offense, you can no longer underutilize him in the second half of football games. It's disgusting. I don't care if they're stacking 8 in the box. Then throw him out on a little wheel route and throw the ball to him. Throw a screen pass to him. Do something to get Adrian Peterson involved in second half of a football game. After we get stuck on that 4th and 1, everything's deflated. What do the Lions do? They go 83 yards, they get a field goal. Do we respond after that? No. 3 and out. Now, of course, a lot of the blame's going to go on Donovan McNabb. Is he the cause for our losses? No. I think he's doing enough that we can win these football games. I don't think he's doing enough to be the leader and the orchestrator of this offense. Now, the quarterback is the central figure. There's nothing that Donovan McNabb has done through the first 3 weeks that we couldn't come to expect from Christian Ponder. Of course, there's going to be rookie mistakes, but at least we would attribute them to rookie mistakes as opposed to shaking our head at how bad of a passer Donovan McNabb has become. I'm not going to say, like I said, he's not losing us the games, but he's also really not helping. Donovan McNabb, his inaccuracy is really hurting this team. I know all you guys saw the shoe top passes that he was throwing, but this is the most alarming thing to me. 2011, What is the most important down in football? Third down, right? That's how you extend drives. That's how we don't get those 1, 2, 3, 4 3-and-outs in the second half. That's how we don't get these, is we have to extend drives by converting on third down. 2011, third down, Donovan McNabb, 1 for 11, 8 yards, 0 first downs converted. 0. He did not get 1 first down. In the first half, the Vikings are 13 for 19 on third down. In the second half this year, the Vikings are 1 for 15. That's extremely alarming. I mean, there's no, how do you fix that? How do you fix something like that? It's just, it's too much. I don't even know if there's a remedy to get a team to convert on those plays. Is it play calling? Is it Donovan McNabb? Is it get the ball to Adrian Peterson? I don't really know. For all those people out there who are saying fire Leslie Frazier, I definitely think that he is making some rookie coaching mistakes that make him seem very immature in his decision making. But for all you people who are saying that, I just have to say, Leslie Frazier's not on the field. He makes the play calls and he makes decisions, but the players still have to execute. And in the second half, besides Jared Allen, I didn't see a whole lot of execution from anybody. The offensive line was terrible. We couldn't protect McNabb to get him some time to throw. Detroit does have a good defensive line, but we still have to work sometimes, right? No execution from the offensive line to get Adrian Peterson in the works. No execution from Donovan McNabb to throw crisp, accurate passes. Penalties. All this stuff is not Leslie Frazier and the coaching staff's fault. Like I said, 4th and 1, there's the timeout thing from the Tampa Bay game. There are mistakes from the coaching staff. I'll admit that. But you don't fire Leslie Frazier when he's part of the problem. He's part of the problem. Donovan McNabb's part of the problem. The defense is part of the problem. But once again, I'm going to go back to the defense thing. I think that they play well enough to win games. It's just like Donovan McNabb, but I'll put more blame on Donovan McNabb for losing us games than the defense. Because the defense, they shut out Tampa Bay and Detroit in the first half. But like I said last week, just replay that. If you go 3-and-out on 1, 2, 3 straight possessions, if you go 3-and-out on 3 straight possessions, you're putting your defenses back against the wall. It doesn't matter how good they play. If they're on the field all the time, they're gonna be exploited. When you have Megatron, Calvin Johnson, he's going to exploit a defense when he's on the field all the time. The best defense is a good offense, right? Having your offense on the field so these offensive players from Detroit don't have the chance to be on the field. You go 3-and-out, you put your defense on the ropes all the time. So for everybody calling out the defense too, yes, they did make mistakes, but after a while when Detroit gets to run play after play after play on series after series, they're going to start figuring stuff out. That's how the NFL works. The scheme happens, and of course you have to make adjustments. Once again, maybe the coaching. But they're going to start figuring stuff out. Defensive players get tired at the second half of the game. They especially get tired when they're on the field all the time. You guys, seriously, it's the offensive woes that are killing this team. It's not the defense that's killing this team in the second half. They're not playing horrible. I mean, look at Jared Allen's effort alone. I mean, even with that, even with how much he shut down the Detroit offense by himself, nothing came of that. Nothing came of Chris Cook breaking up that pass. I mean, when you give Calvin Johnson that many opportunities and you just throw the ball up, he's going to catch them sooner or later. And in this game, it turned out to be later. Well, that's it for this week, Vikings fans. We fall to 0-3. Next week, we have the woeful Kansas City Chiefs, who are also 0-3. We have to go to Arrowhead. Arrowhead's always a tough place to play football, but they are depleted. Lost Eric Berry. They lost Jamal Charles. So it's looking good for the Vikings. Hopefully we can notch that first win next week. Then we play Arizona. Then we play the Bears. Bears aren't playing so hot. So maybe if we play good, like a first half game against the Bears for 2 halves, maybe we could be 3-3 before you know it. But that's it for now. This is Matthew Deary. You can follow me on Twitter. Use the Vikings chat, Vikings hashtag to keep up with me. Till next time.